Hello, listeners, and welcome to Beyond the Mirror. This isn't just another podcast, it's a deep dive into the world of beauty, wellness, and longevity. Now, we're here to discuss what beauty really means beyond just appearances. We'll also talk about wellness, the habits and practices that keep us healthy, full of energy, and we'll explore the topic of longevity, looking at the science and realities of living a long, fulfilling life. So sit back, relax, and join us as we go beyond the mirror.
Hello, and welcome back to Beyond the Mirror. We have a funny topic today because I love podcasting. I love listening to podcasts.
Me too.
I like spend so much time doing it. And one of my pet peeves is I feel like everyone is selling you something. And I understand that that's how they're making their living and
Yeah,
I have grace for
of course. Yeah.
that. So, and sometimes I buy their things.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like opposed to that.
Right?
But
Mm-hmm.
what I've always wanted someone to do is tell me the things you love that you're not trying to sell me.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to occasionally throw one of those out and this is one of those days. So we're excited to talk about 5 things each that we love that we're not trying to sell you. Now, I won't say we'll never have advertising in the future. In fact, we hope you guys help us get big enough to have some of it because that would be huge for us.
Yes. Please help us.
But in the meantime, we'll continue talking about all kinds of topics that benefit you guys. And today we're going to hit on the 5 things. So let me start with Dina.
Mhm.
What is one of your 5 things that you love?
I'm going to have to go with oil pulling. And oil pulling is the art of on an empty stomach, you take 1 tablespoon, sometimes 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. You can use olive oil, you can use avocado oil. I like the MCT, which is the medium chain triglyceride. It is coconut oil with the solid removed, so it doesn't taste like tanning lotion. And you take that, I put like a little bit of maybe an essential oil in there too, just to kind of get that extra pull. You swish that in your mouth for, anywhere between 3 to 15 minutes. It does take a while to work up to the 15 minutes. What it does is it pulls the toxins from your bloodstream through the palate of your mouth. And so it's a great way to whiten, strengthen your teeth. It's a great way to help kind of detoxify the body, clean up your bloodstream a little bit. It gives you energy. It helps with brain focus. It cleans up your gums and your teeth, so it's great for your oral care. Has tons of other benefits, but that is one of the things that we do on a regular basis, and I love telling my clients about it. And they, most of us could use an energy boost, so it's a great way to just get that going for you.
Well, and I don't like whitening teeth with teeth whitener.
Me
Here's a
either.
little story.
Yeah.
So, what's crazy is most toothpaste off the shelf, including holistic toothpaste,
Mhm.
has whitener in it. And one thing in being in aesthetics and prior to just doing aesthetics, I was in a dermatology office. We saw 2 to 3 patients a week with this dermatitis, oral dermatitis around. It starts up by the nose and
Interesting.
and kind of drips down the sides of the mouth and the folds
Oh.
and sometimes underneath the chin, and it's these little red irritated inflamed 90% of the time that was from whitening toothpaste. So
Wow.
now you've given like, here's a trick to whiten your teeth. Get off the whitening toothpaste. It's very likely to cause you a problem. I saw it so much that I have been off whitening toothpaste and actually a lot of traditional toothpaste even for 12 years at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah.
And I still see all the time I'll get a random person with that dermatitis and I'll be like, get off the
Are you
whitener.
on whitener?
Get off the whitener. And they're like, but then my teeth won't be white. I'm like, There's so many other
Oh, yeah.
ways.
The xylitol is a good way to whiten your teeth too. Like the toothpaste I use has the xylitol, which is a natural whitener.
Another way you can do it is peroxide
Like
in
baking soda?
you can do peroxide in a water pick.
Oh, smart.
That's
I
a
like
really good that's
that.
a really good whitener also.
Mm.
So yeah, so you don't need
Oh,
that to have white teeth.
no. Mm-mm. So many ways to get what you want
Yeah,
naturally.
exactly. So one that I'm going to hit on, and we'll try to link all of anything that has a link. We'll try to link
Hmm.
in the show notes for you. So if you go, oh my gosh, I need that, and then you can click in the notes and read it.
Yeah.
I've recently found this company called Necessaire. It's very Frenchy French. I don't know if they're actually French or not, but
Necessaire.
it seems very French. It's an organic skincare company, and they have this body serum.
Ooh,
I love it. It's hyaluronic acid as the main base, but mostly it's and I've tried a million of like skin tightening and all these different serums. We've sold like magic firming serums. We do have a really amazing one for the neck here in the office that I do love. But for the body, I haven't ever found anything that is just to die for. And this Necessaire body serum is amazing. Like you put it on and you immediately like your skin my like, I've gained and lost weight a lot, and so my legs are have quite a bit of loose skin, and it's like it
that's cool.
makes me paranoid to like wear a swimsuit, but this stuff is like really working, and you can layer any lotion over the top,
Oh, nice.
and the product is super clean.
Hmm.
So it's a fantastic option and something I definitely think if you are, hating on your arms or legs or other parts of your loose skin, it's not gonna don't get me wrong, it's not gonna fix it, you know, but it does look better. It does. It's the
Yeah,
first thing that made it look better.
I like that.
So, that would be my first one.
That is
How
awesome.
about you?
I want to talk about the Yamuna balls, which are I have a great friend of mine who is a certified rolfer, and I know we've talked about this before. Rolfing can be a little rough, but it's a great way to kind of stretch out your pattern. So we walk around and we have these patterns that we produce, by maybe one of mine is my neck's always tight, but I'm right handed. I tend to kind of keep my shoulder elevated. Us women, we like to kind of walk around with our shoulders at our ears, all the time carrying the weight of the world. And so these Yamuna balls are kind of like a foam roller, but it's a ball and it's not inflated fully. You can roll on them, and it's a great way to loosen those tight areas in your back, your hips, your thighs, your hands, your face. They do have them for the face as well, which is really cool. I've noticed a significant difference. I feel like when I have any of the neck tension, I can get rid of it really quickly, which is
Well,
nice.
yeah, that's tremendous.
Yeah.
And, like, for me, like, the foam rolling hurts so much,
Yes.
I can't hardly do it.
Yes. Yeah.
So, if it was a little gentler,
Yeah.
then that's kind of an amazing thing.
Mhm. And the areas where you're doing, you can control the amount of pressure. Where I feel like a foam roller, you've got to put all your weight on it. Like if you're
Mhm.
doing your thighs and you're laying flat, gravity is pulling you into it, and you're like, oh,
Oh, yeah, my IT bands, when I'm, like, trying to release my IT, I'm like, they're just scream at me. I'm like, "How is anyone supposed to do this?" I'm, like,
right?
trying, I'm really trying. I know it's
I
probably
know.
really good for me, I just can't get it done. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I know that's something I need to work on, but, nobody's perfect.
Yeah. I know. I know. So tell me another one of yours.
So, every single day, I use LMNT electrolyte packets.
Mm.
So, it's LMNT. And we just call it Element because that's actually how they want it pronounced. They are the best. They're so good. I've tried IV hydration. I've tried a couple that are sold by people like through an MLM before. They're all helpful, don't get me wrong, but these are great for keto eaters.
Oh, I love that.
So
So it's
there's
minerals,
it's minerals. So
no
it's
vitamins, just minerals.
it's
Or is
It's
it both?
it's just minerals.
Just minerals. Okay.
So it's magnesium, calcium, sodium, and then there's one more that I'm forgetting right now, but that's okay. And it's
Potassium?
sweet. It is
Yeah.
potassium. It's sweet and satisfying. So,
Okay.
like for those who love a soda but don't want the calories,
Oh, okay.
they have all these amazing flavors though too. So, I will say there's some I don't really like.
Hmm.
So, like my personal favorites, and my son, he uses one every day also. We love like raspberry and
Oh,
watermelon,
yeah.
which
Okay.
normally I wouldn't be drawn to those kind of flavors,
Uh-huh.
but I find the lemon lime a little bland. But if you want it bland, that's a good one to
Okay.
choose.
Is it salty?
Citrus.
The
It
lemon lime
is
salty?
salty.
That's the one I'd like.
They're all salty. They're all
Okay, good.
salty. And the
I
secret to
like it
them is
already.
is to put it in a big bottle.
Okay.
So if you were just putting it in 20 ounces, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm drinking the ocean right now. Like it's a little much.
Yeah.
But if you put it in at least 24 ounces of water, it tastes delicious.
Hmm.
And they just came out with, they have chocolate that I've
Really?
been adding to my coffee.
Oh, okay.
So, and then they have all these other chocolate flavors. Like they have raspberry chocolate. And then they have all these recipes. Like they have protein balls with the electrolytes in them.
Oh.
And it's using, like a whey or pea protein with, like find your own super clean protein and then you're mixing and you're making a chocolate electrolyte
Yum.
ball
Yeah. So you're getting all that protein in with your
with very little sugar.
yeah, that's cool.
And so I use it sometimes in my coffee. It makes amazing coffee. Like if I want to have kind of a mocha I'll have a coffee with the chocolate electrolyte salt. And I don't do a whole packet, but like you could put quite a bit in there and it doesn't taste salty because the salt actually reduces the bitter of your
Mhm.
coffee
Yeah.
without adding any other flavor. Now you feel like you're
Interesting.
having a treat.
That's very cool. And salt's important.
Hmm.
So, yeah,
And you
very
can add
nice.
it to milk or coconut milk or like other
Yeah.
almond milk or whatever milk you're drinking.
You're a latte person, you can mix it in somehow.
Yes.
That's a great idea.
So those packets are amazing. And for me, they really keep you hydrated. So what they do is they increase the level of hydration you're gaining from what you're drinking. So for example, they a lot of times they say it's 3 to 1. If you're drinking 24 ounces of water with the electrolyte salt, it's the equivalent of drinking 3 times that.
Wow.
And there's a reason for that because that salt is helping
Mhm.
hold the hydration in the
Correct.
cell at the molecular level.
Where salt goes, water follows.
That's
So,
right.
yeah, I love it.
So that's that.
Speaking of drinks and water, let me just share about my reusable cup.
Mm,
So, I love and I tell all my clients too, you need no drinking out of plastic. And I'll tell a little story. So, we have switched over to a reusable stainless steel cup, and I find it very, very beneficial. I've not really been one for bottled water for quite a while. Kind of like when the environmental working group came out and said, there's all these like endocrine disruptors in our plastic, and I'm like, why do we have so much plastic? Everything's plastic. Even at the hospital, everything's all our meds, everything comes in plastic. And I'm like, we need to get away from this. But anyway, one thing at a time, and what I can control, right? And so my daughter was actually she'd be like not hungry all day, and I'm like, how are you not hungry all day? This is just crazy. And so about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, she'd finally like, oh, okay, I'm ready to eat now. So I go in her room and there's like 20 empty water bottles. And I'm like, where are you getting this water from? Because I don't buy it. And my husband was bringing it home. And I was just like, let's stop drinking out of the bottled water and let's just see what happens. Well, then literally 2 days later, her appetite returned. And I was like, interesting. So your ghrelin and your leptin are completely, which are your hunger hormones and your satisfied hormones, they're completely swayed by plastic. And so it's interesting because, like, we were at a concert and we were all like, "I'm so thirsty, I'm so thirsty," We had gone to dinner and then went to the concert, and so we had bought bottled water there, and I'm like I literally took 1 sip and I'm like, "I am more thirsty now than I was before I drank the water." And so I don't go anywhere without my stainless steel refillable cup. I take it everywhere, and now you had just given me a, contact for a ceramic one, which I'm
Yeah,
gonna check out.
there's a new company, we're gonna test drive it
Yes,
because ceramic would be even better because 'cause you're not leaching anything then.
correct.
However, I'm in the same like, everyone in my house, we have so many water
We
bottles,
do too. It's crazy.
and we're constantly drinking from water bottle, our own non-plastic water bottle, stainless
Mhm.
steel, every day. My son carts them around everywhere. My husband, I mean, they're in the car with us. I went to the dentist recently and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're like attached to that bottle." I'm like, "It's part of my life. It's Look,
She was
here it
just looking
is."
for it a minute ago.
I
"Where'd I leave it?
Oh,
Where'd I
and I
leave it?"
lose it. Yes,
Yeah.
I leave it everywhere. Where did I put my bottle? My
Yeah.
bottle and my phone,
"I need
right?
it."
I can't find them ever. So, yeah, I'm right on board with that.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great favorite.
Yes. How about you? What's another one for you?
So I love another little cosmetic. It's called OGEE.
OG.
OG. And like it was one of those like they landed in my Facebook feed and they kept doing all these facial contouring videos and I'm like, You know what? I'm an esthetician who's not that great with makeup. Like I can do my own makeup. I cannot do anyone else's. I'm terrible at it. And so the whole concept of using these contour sticks was
Mm.
like foreign. I was like, who would
You want me to what?
who would use all these? Like this is a lot of work. And I don't know what happened one day I just like got sucked in and bought a three-piece set from them. I love them. I totally love
That's
them.
awesome.
I mean, I don't really wear foundation. I use tinted sunscreen for
Mm.
my foundation. But if I add these OG contouring sticks, I'll contour under my cheek. They have blush and then they have a highlight. It takes me 2 minutes to do it. It didn't take me any
Nice.
time to master
Okay.
the process.
I'm gonna have to try this.
And they're super
I love me
clean
some contour.
and they're so fun. And
Yeah.
they have a million colors.
Oh,
And so the OG contour sticks
okay.
is on my list.
One of my next ones is the gua sha, and I love the gua sha stone, of course, because we are in the beauty industry, and so staying youthful and helping your skin stay as beautiful as possible is
So
ideal.
explain exactly what a gua sha stone is.
So a gua sha stone is a little stone that kind of looks like a half wing of a butterfly, like one side of a butterfly. And you can utilize it to kind of support and strengthen and stimulate your face, neck, behind your ears. It helps with like sinus too. Like if you have a sinus issue, you can kind of use the stone to kind of help move things along and drain. So there's in the over the nose and under the eyes, we don't have any lymphatic drainage there, and so sometimes that just needs a little push.
And really, really, from a scientific standpoint, gua sha is moving lymph.
Yes, correct.
And
Yeah.
when you move lymph, it reduces your eye bags. It reduces your
Hmm.
swelling in your neck. It reduces just the general puff of your face. And when you do that, also you get a little lift.
You do, and what's nice is you can see it right away. Like, I'll do one side and I'm like, "Oh, look, it's working," because you could see it right away, and then you do the other side, well, I gotta match it,
And
you
there's a
know?
million like YouTube videos on
Tons.
how to do this on yourself. This is not a complicated, but it's great for events. It's great if you can do it on the regular because it really
Yeah,
has a lot of long-term benefits. But even just doing it occasionally to get a little boost, it feels good.
it does. It really does feel good. Yeah, it's
Like
very stimulating.
one way that I like to use gua sha is to release my tense
The
jaw,
jaw. Yeah, me too.
like really getting up in there and like
Mhm.
releasing the masseter muscle and
Yeah.
because I'm a clencher. I'm a
Yeah.
jaw clencher. So yeah, I'm like Guasha is
Love the
amazing.
guasha.
That's a great suggestion. So, on the wellness side, one of my favorite things ever is this woman that made a company called Paleo Valley. What happened was she is paleo eater and couldn't find clean snacks in the store. And I too have had this battle of like you pull up the beef stick even from like a nice holistic grocery store and it's still got a lot of crap in
Yeah, those darn seed oils.
it. I know. Everyone's going to think that. So like our mortal enemy is the seed
I
oil.
know, it's funny. It is.
It is. So she like started her own farm,
Yeah, her
started
story's
growing
amazing.
her own cattle
Yeah,
and producing these clean beef sticks. They have these protein bars that are delicious. They have bone broth,
they
but
have electrolytes, they've got all
yeah,
kinds of
they've got organ. I think they have the organ
organ.
complexes
Mhm.
you can take, but definitely I love Paleo Valley. The beef sticks, just having it in my purse all the time.
Yeah,
They're always just sitting there for emergency hunger when I'm trying not to, you know, go through a drive-through or make a dumb decision or make a spontaneous decision and I just need to get another hour in or something before I eat. Just having those around, they taste
they
amazing.
do. They're so good.
And so that Paleo Valley product is on my favorites.
I love that, and you can have them anywhere. So, like, I actually buy them for my daughter who lives in North Dakota because their weather is so crazy, and so I'm like, "Just leave them in your car just in case get stuck somewhere, you'll have something to eat,"
Yeah.
and they're fabulous for that. We were just on the plane coming home from, Sedona and Phoenix a couple days ago, and I had the meat sticks in my bag because I was like, "Hey, if we get layover or whatever, and we can't find somewhere to eat that's clean, we have a meat stick."
Well, and those and the protein bars, like if like when we're going to a seminar or training,
Yeah,
those are amazing, but I always have those on the road with
yeah,
me. Like when I'm
you do.
flying, I always carry
Yeah,
those. They're a great spontaneous clean eat.
yeah. We were at the health seminar, and I was like, "Let me pick you up something to eat." She's like, "No, no, I have snacks.
I come with snacks
I bring my own."
and electrolyte water
Right?
in my water bottle.
And your bottle.
I
Yeah.
always have my bottle when I
Like, we
travel
have all
also.
these things with us. That's funny. And my guasha.
There
Just
you
kidding.
go. Okay, so let's hear another one of yours. We're getting down to our last ones.
I am a big water snob like you.
Yeah.
And so I'm picky about where I get my water from because I don't want to, you know, overdose on fluoride or anything like that. And
Yeah.
so I love the idea of the nitrogen water. And so I have this like little nitrogen hydrogen water, not nitrogen, hydrogen water bottle maker, and it's small. I actually loved it so much. I noticed that I had more energy, I could focus better. Um, it's supposed to help with like your teeth and your oral care as well. It's got a whole bunch of amazing benefits. I loved it so much. I actually bought one for my daughter for Christmas, and she's like, "Mom, this thing is amazing. I love it." She takes it to work. All her work buddies are like, "Can I have some of your water?" you know,
So how do you is it so it's portable?
it's
Is
portable.
it it's a so it takes tap water or
I put
what kind of
filtered
water?
water
Okay,
in it, and
filtered
then
water.
yeah, and then it I think it does its thing for like 3 minutes,
Mhm.
and then once the light goes off, it's ready,
Okay.
and then you can drink it right then and there.
And
Yeah,
you drink it out of the thing it makes it in or you put it in a
I put it in
you
my
put it
water
in your water
bottle.
bottle.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're supposed to drink at least a liter of it a day.
Mhm.
And it's less than a liter. You would probably need like 3 of them. Hers is a liter size, so I got her the big one.
Oh, okay.
Mine's a teeny little portable one for when I go places.
Well, that sounds extremely
Yeah.
convenient and
Yeah.
interesting and gives you good water to drink all the time.
Mhm.
Now,
It
okay,
does.
when you're traveling, do you take that traveling?
I do. Yeah, it's small.
So, what water do you
It's
put in it when you're traveling?
I find whatever filtered water I can find.
Okay.
And if I have to stop somewhere and ask them for filtered water, I do.
Okay.
I will not drink gallon water that's been in plastic.
Doesn't Starbucks have good
They do.
filtered water?
They do, and that's most of the time where I'll stop.
Because you can buy that from them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually just take I'll take the bottle and then I'll have them fill it up
Mhm.
and then I'll cycle it and then put it back in.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Yep.
usually to have a couple bottle waters. Mhm. Not
Okay.
not plastic.
So my last one we sell. So I'm trying not to say we like I'm not trying to sell it to you, but we do sell it.
Oh, okay.
So,
Cool. Do
um,
tell.
I love humic and fulvic acid,
Oh, yes.
and
That's a good one.
it has really, really transformed how much medication I take.
Mhm.
It has it has done a million things for me. I stopped getting cavities after I
It's
started using
amazing.
it. I have reduced my insulin and thyroid medication after using it. I've done some other things too, but that's like one of the things. I sleep better. It is amazing. So humic and fulvic acid, and you probably can describe this better than me, is a detox element.
It is.
It's almost like a carbon
Yeah.
kind of
Mhm.
element.
Mhm.
Do you know what it's doing? Like I don't even 100% understand how it's working on my body other than I feel I'm so psychotic about it. I take it on again on the road
I
with me.
I don't know the mechanism of action. I take it as well. And I noticed the first week I started using it, I noticed I had no chocolate cravings, which it had been years that I had not had a chocolate craving, years.
Yeah.
And I noticed that when I take it, no chocolate craving. If I like run out and then don't have it for a couple weeks, all of a sudden they start to creep back.
Yeah.
I really do feel like it helps detoxify the cell a little bit to where you can then bind better.
It is a binder.
And so your magnesium can then get in
Mhm.
and some of your other, minerals and elements too. Yeah,
Yes.
it's fascinating how good it works.
So we have a product called by Cellcore called Carboxy. I like it because you can really control how much of it you're taking each day. It is so potent. It is so potent that they recommend you don't start taking it orally. Like they
Mm,
recommend you put it in your bath or do a
wow.
foot soak with it because it can be
Amazing.
so detoxing that it's
Ooh.
like shocking and a little overwhelming. And so, like, I think when I first started taking it, I had to order these crazy measuring spoons. I was taking 1/32 of a teaspoon
Whoa.
and having
Like
benefit from
here's a
it.
grain.
Here's a pebble.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
A grain
And
of sand.
now I'm like up to like a quarter teaspoon a day, but I had to gently work to
Over
that.
how long of a period of time are we talking?
Years.
Years. Okay.
Years.
Okay. Wow.
Um, but I've been at that quarter teaspoon for a while.
Okay.
So, but
It's
I
interesting.
like had to creep my way into it because of its
Yeah.
potency. But I like the carboxy. It's very clean. I know a lot of people also take Shilajit, which is a similar product, and have success with it. But there's a potency factor in this one that I like because I don't have to take very much of
I think
it.
the Shilajit is just the fulvic. I don't know if it has the humic.
Okay.
Yeah, it might just be one. I'd
But
have to check.
that is a product that has been life changing for me. And like, whenever I think like, when I was bringing up this topic, I was like, "What do I always pack?" Like, I'm gonna go on the road and stay in a hotel, and what do I always have with me? I always have my LMNT and my Paleo Valley sticks and my Cellcore Carboxy humic and fulvic
They're all
acid.
in your go bag.
Always,
I love
always.
it.
So, I thought that would be a good measure of, like, what travels with me is
Yeah,
very
that's a
important to
must
me.
take. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
So you have one last big one.
Oh, my castor oil. Yeah, I love castor oil. And it's funny because, like, it's been around forever. And you're seeing like more and more YouTube videos about it and just different things. I have friends that are like, they are constantly constipated and so they utilize the castor oil internally to help them kind of lube the gut a little bit and get
Mhm.
a nice smooth move going there. Castor oil is great for the face. So when you're doing the gua sha stone, you can put some of the castor oil on your skin, and it helps to not only kind of glide the stone a little bit, but just having it in the skin actually kind of lubricates the skin really nicely, and it's got this whole like youthful factor to it. It helps to detoxify the liver. It is an antioxidant and an antifungal. And so that's one of the reasons that I like it. I'll put it over the liver and sleep with it.
Yeah, so that you're talking about the packs then,
Yeah,
right?
I'll do the packs
I'm
too.
so curious about the packs. I need to try the packs. I have
Mhm.
clients who are obsessed with castor oil packs.
Yeah.
I still haven't done it. I'm gonna do it.
I kinda, like, make my own. I have a friend that's a colon hydrotherapist, and she used to give me the packs long, long, long time ago, and, I never really used them like that, but now I just put the castor oil on, and then I put there's, like, a material that you put over it and you sleep. You kinda just put it around your abdomen area, and you'll sleep with it on. I also, if I don't wanna do that and I don't wanna sleep with that thing on, I'll just put it in my belly button,
Mm.
and that works just as good too. I find it very, very beneficial. And it's interesting because, like, if we'll get like a wound, or you scrape your ankle, or whatever. I even have like cuticles. I'm like, oh, it's castor oil, and like the next day it's all gone. I'm like, hey,
It's like it's like the
miracle oil,
it's like the Windex
right?
in, you know.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like,
S-
gone.
Yeah. That is a fun topic. We'll definitely hit on it again, and we will try to put in some links for you guys to look up the stuff that we have recommended. I think we went over the five, didn't we?
Me
Or did we
I
just do
shared
five?
6.
Oh, you're
You and
special.
I know. I was
It's
like,
because
kind of.
I saw castor oil on your list. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's got to talk about that.
Oh, yeah, I do love it.
Anyway,
We can do a
s-
whole topic, a whole
yeah,
podcast on that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then I'll have to try it first so I can have a little more
Yes.
expertise.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
but thank you once again for joining us. Please, please consider liking, reviewing, sharing.
Subscribing.
All of these things are tremendous for us, and they help continue to deliver this content to you. It's real person content, and we're happy to have you listening, and we're so thankful that you're part of our audience. So have a great day, and thanks once again for listening in. We want to make a quick but important disclosure. The information and advice shared in this podcast are intended to provide general knowledge and understanding about wellness and health related subjects. They are not intended to replace professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or qualified health provider with any questions that you may have regarding a medical condition or treatment, and before undertaking a new health regimen. Remember, your health is your responsibility, and it's always best to consult with a healthcare professional.